What is going on, guys, and welcome back to the Hobbyist Miner. So today on the channel, I wanted to go ahead and give you guys an update on our 470s 4 gigabit cards mining. So let's go ahead and take a look real quick here. So we've been mining for I would say just over 24 hours now. Some crazy things I'm starting to learn is like these suckers run hot. Everywhere that I've checked online, these things always run hot. The HP 1200 watt power supplies. So we haven't had any network issues, which we kind of addressed when we did our BIOS update the other day. The Sapphire cards are running great. They're cooling really well, which is nice. Right around 60 degrees Celsius, which has worked out nicely. Jumping over here, talking about some of our rates. So we are mining right now Ethereum Classic. And each card is getting around 25 mega hash with a total of right around 154, give or take, mega hash out of this setup currently right now for Ethereum Classic. So as you can see up top here, we can see right around 60, 65C. Our fans are right around that 30 to 40 mark right now, which has really worked out well. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at HIVEOS real quick. In HIVEOS right now, guys, let's go ahead and click here. A few things kind of transpired recently. So let's go into our worker. So as you can see here, we have mined almost our first Ethereum Classic one. We've gotten almost one coin up to this point. We are using a decent amount, 672 watts. So definitely a lot more. There's our 154 that you guys can see here. So let's go into our first worker. Here is all of our cards as well. And as you can see, we do have one invalid share. I'm kind of looking into like, do we need to make any major changes for that one invalid share at this point? Kind of here's our watts. You can see we're a little bit all over the place. Not exactly even. This one actually using quite a bit more right now. Fan speed's looking good as well. If we take a look up top, we can see across the board we're in the blue, which is great. 30. That one's for the fan speeds, and all of ours are very similar around that 60 to 65 degrees right now. So far so good. I am running on the default right now configuration with no overclock. I wanted to kind of see how things went for the first like 24 hours. And then I wanted to go ahead and get into the overclocking. I'm still learning exactly, when I jump into popular presets, kind of what exactly we should be looking for. As I'm still new to this, I kind of need to figure out which one I should select, test it, let it run, and go from there. Right now we're at 154 mega hash. So in my next video coming up here, I do want to go ahead and get into some of this overclocking and see if we can go from the 25, which is kind of where we were at there, which seems to be the average, right around 25. This one's doing 27 right now, which is interesting because it has more watts it's using by default. So GPU number 4 is performing better than all of these other cards significantly. But other than that, what I wanted to do today was let's go ahead and take a look. In our past video, we kind of talked a little bit about how we were going to wire up these cards, and we are doing it incorrectly. So for our risers right now, our risers are actually being powered by SATA. And that is wrong based off of all my research that I have done, comments that people have left down below. We should not be running the risers off of the SATA to 6-pin. So if we come back here on our setup, here's a good example of what we have going on. Not you, these two right here. So see how we have SATA running into the back of our risers here. Here's another example. So SATA apparently is not significant enough for what we're looking to do. So we do have 6-pin ports open on the breakaway board. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and replace those. So we're going to remove each of the SATAs, and then we're going to go ahead and replace those with the 6 pins here. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Alrighty, so what we're going to do is we're going to come over to our miner here and get that up and running, and we're just going to do the shutdown command here. I think what you need to do is, is it miner stop? Let's try that now. as I said, we're still learning. You know, we're getting there, and we're typing with one hand here. Miner stop. Sending Control C to screen session. Okay, and now let's just do shutdown. Okay, so shutdown in place. It's going to go ahead and occur at 23:55 here. So we do have a moment before this goes ahead and shuts down. So we're going to go ahead and swap out the power cables, as we talked about, for our 6-pin with the kit that comes with this. There's a kit that actually comes with the 6 to 6+2 cables for our power cables here. That comes with the breakaway board and also these cables. I feel like it's like $60 or so, if I'm not mistaken. But that gives us an idea. You know, this is the kind of the setup that we're looking for. Kind of looking down the line here while we're waiting for this to shut down. So as you can see, this board has plenty of room for expansion. Right now, we're only using the A PCI slots. Where's a B PCI slots and then a C. Now you need to power them by a separate power ATX power supply for each of those. But my thought is in the next few months is to put a second open air frame on top of this. This one is stackable, and then feed up my cables up to a second open air here and utilize this motherboard for a full second setup. Okay, so that is done. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're going to go ahead and replace these. So let me go ahead and stop the video real quick, and we'll be back in just a second after we have completed replacing these. Alrighty guys, so we are back. So we just went ahead and uninstalled all of these SATA to 6-pin that come with the risers. Why do they do this if you are not supposed to use these? But anyways, what we did was we pulled out those, you know, our ATX power supply barely has anything plugged into it. I mean, look at it. It's a semi-modular. There's like nothing plugged in there. There's just the one built-in SATA cable that we are going to use in a future video. We're going to swap away from a... Right now, we're running HIVEOS on a USB drive. That is a no-no, kind of learning from the community as time goes on. There is some better read-write rates on a solid-state drive. So we're going to swap from the USB to a solid-state drive in a future video. But right now, as you can see, now our breakaway board is fully loaded. Here is all of our cables now. And so I'm going to go ahead and plug these now into all the risers. It is a pain in the butt to get to these risers with the cards in place. It was so much easier without the cards, but I don't feel like undoing all the front of these cards here. So we're just going to make do. We're going to go ahead and hit the pause button, and we'll be back in just a second. Hey guys, so we are back. That was quick for you guys, but a little bit longer for me. As you can see, we did go ahead and run all of these 6 pins. Now on my last 6-pin, I don't have extenders for my 6-pin, but because of where my HP breakaway board is on this setup, the distance between there and the very last card is just like a tiny bit too far. So I needed to end up using one of these splitters. This is a 6-pin, 8-pin splitter. So very similar to what you have here with the 6 pins. That's all I had. I didn't have any extenders laying around. So I'm pretty sure we're good because we're not using this here. So as you can see, we had to use 2. One to go directly to the GPU, which you can see here, and then another one that goes directly into our riser underneath here. So we did use that just to get the little extra different distance. In the future, I may order a few additional, like a little bit longer length 6-pin cables if available in that regard. So let's go ahead here and swing around, and we're going to go ahead and turn on our GPU. It has a little button right on the breakaway board. As you can see, all those light up there. And then let's go ahead. Our ATX power supply is on. Let's go ahead and turn on our power. And there we go. Fans are coming on. And we'll give it a second just to make sure everything comes back up. And also make sure that we do begin to start to mine here. All the cards are good, which is awesome. So we know that everything, dude, my fingers hurt from like putting those risers in there, putting those 6-pin cables in. Holy cow. So we'll give this a second, make sure everything boots properly in that regard. Man, I still like, it's so interesting. I don't know why I had the mentality of SATA to, and maybe it's just because I didn't know enough, you know, it's just the SATA to the 6-pin. Well, the 6-pin was already plugged in. So I just, you know, assumed the 6-pin was plugged in, the 6-pin to SATA into the riser. So I just assumed that, hey, like that needs to be used. But after a decent amount of research there, definitely found out that, hey, you definitely should not be using that at all. All right, there's all 6 of our cards, which is good. It's now going to go ahead. We're using a Team Red miner. So we're going to go ahead and that's going to go ahead and boot. So we'll give her a second here. See what happens. So yeah, it takes some time to go ahead and start to actually connect to the pool and actually start the mining process. Fans are kind of speeding up here to get started, and then they'll go ahead and scale down. They hang out right around the 30 to 40% for the fans, which I think is good at this point in time. This fan, this card here, this fan here I've been really monitoring, because I think at higher speeds it starts to wobble, but I do need to monitor that. So taking a look back over here, we can see that we are mining. Now we are mining really, like, that's not good. That's only at 78 mega hash. So let's make sure we get another one here, because those are supposed to be mining at 25 mega hash each with a total. Okay, there it is. Perfect. So the first time it was low, but yeah, as you can see, like, look up here, it started out at 12 and it only got 82, but then the next cycle through, you can see 25 mega hash at 156, which is good. Well, cool, guys. Well, we went ahead and replaced those cables. Thank you guys very much for the recommendations in the previous video comments regarding not to use SATA to power your risers. I have learned something. Hopefully you guys have as well. We're going to go ahead and kill the video here. In the next upcoming video, my goal is to go ahead and move our USB drive right here over to a solid state drive. There is a process that allows you to plug it in, have the USB drive in, and then transfer everything from the USB to the SATA or to the SSD drive, which makes sense based off of everything I found. That's actually the process you should go through. I do wonder, I don't know if you guys know in chat, but a lot of other miners, so they just get a bunch of solid state drives, set up a bunch of miners on those solid state drives, and then as they build more miners, they have all those solid state drives available. It just makes sense to me that, like, do this, you know what I mean, like well ahead of time, versus like having to go through the process that we're gonna have to go through. But anyways, in the next upcoming video, my hope is to go ahead and take a look at transferring HIVEOS from this USB to the solid state drive. I also want to start to look at in a future video overclocking. I want to start to overclock these a little more and see if we can go ahead and get our numbers from 25 up to 30. I want to see what options we have. I'm also kind of thinking and tinkering with the fact that on these we have a BIOS switch, and I can't tell, I don't know if you guys can see, it's like right on my fingertip there, but I do not know if these are in the stock setting or if they are in the mining setting with the BIOS. So I'm eager to see if shutting it down, flipping the switch, powering it back up, if we see more efficiencies. Anyways, guys, thank you guys very much for joining me today on the Hobbyist Miner channel. Don't forget to go ahead and hit subscribe and a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time.